Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I am gonna compare the Samsung's Galaxy A50 and the Galaxy S8/S8 Plus. The S8 came out in April of 2017, means it's 2 years old now, and right now you can actually buy the S8 in lesser price than the Galaxy A50. So let's get into the video, and starting off with the construction. The Galaxy S8 came with aluminium frame and glass back, which is Gorilla Glass 5, versus the A50 is coming with the plastic design, which includes plastic frame and super glossy plastic back. So obviously in terms of the build quality, the S8 is easily gonna be ahead. The screen will be 6.4 inches on the Galaxy A50 versus its 6.2 inches on the S8 Plus and 5.8 inches on the standard S8. So in terms of their overall size, the S8 is gonna be way smaller than the Galaxy A50, while the A50 and the S8 Plus being almost equal in size. And as for the weight, the standard S8 comes the first, being the most lighter one, then the A50 and then the S8 Plus. Coming to the bezels, and the side bezels are easily gonna be more thinner on the S8 and the S8 Plus, but then you are gonna have to compromise the top bezel, aka the forehead, while on the other hand we are getting a notch but a small one, and the chin, its thickness is gonna be the same on both handsets, while one extra thing on the S8 is gonna be the curved screen from both sides, which makes the phone looks good. For security, the fingerprint scanner is in screen on the A50 versus it's on the back on the S8. The problem with the S8 is that it's a bit too high, means it's not in an ideal location, so it's gonna take some time to get used to it, versus on the A50 the in-screen scanner is just slow. Updates are gonna make it faster, but it's not gonna be as fast as a traditional capacitive scanner even after updates. And face unlocking is gonna be there too on both handsets, while the S8 is also gonna have the iris scanner, which can unlock the phone in pitch black darkness. For connectivity, both handsets are gonna have the USB Type-C port, and on both handsets the loudspeaker and the headphone jack are gonna be on the bottom side, single speaker on both handsets, and at last the S8 is gonna be IP68 certified, means fully water resistant versus no water protection on the A50. Now the display is Super AMOLED on both of these, with resolution of Full HD on the A50 versus Quad HD on the S8. So screen sharpness is gonna be good on the A50 versus the best over 500 ppi, which you can't see from your eye on the S8 and the S8 Plus. The screen is one of the best things about the Samsung phones, so no worries here, but between these two phones, the screen on the S8 is still gonna be unbeatable in color reproduction, contrast and brightness, and it can also play HDR content, which the A50 cannot. Both handsets are gonna have the always on display feature, and to protect these screens there is gonna be Gorilla Glass on both. Moving to the insides, and the A50 is coming with the Exynos 9610 versus the S8 with either Exynos 8895 or the Snapdragon 835. In terms of the CPU performance, the S8 is gonna be slightly ahead, and so the difference in everyday use might not be noticeable, but the GPU on the S8 is gonna be significantly faster than the A50's, and we can say in terms of the gaming, the S8 is gonna be future proof for next 1 or 2 years. There's gonna be only one RAM variant of the Galaxy S8, which is gonna have 4GB of RAM, which is not low at all, while the A50 is gonna have either 4 or 6GB of RAM. Same thing with the storage, it's gonna be 64GB on the S8 versus either 64 or 128GB on the A50, and this storage on both handsets is gonna be expandable. By the way, there is gonna be a 6 plus 128GB variant of the Galaxy S8 Plus. As for the OS, it's gonna be Android 9 Pie on the A50 versus Android 7 Nougat on the S8, which is upgradable to Android 9 Pie also, but the S8 might not get the Android Q update because it's an old phone now, versus the A50 should get it. Coming to the cameras, so it's gonna be a 12 megapixel rear shooter on the S8 versus 25 megapixels on the A50. Higher resolution on the A50, and yes, images are gonna have more detail compared to the S8, but image processing is gonna be different on both of these. The S8, being a 2 years old flagship, is gonna produce slightly saturated pictures, and in daylight the HDR capability is gonna be more of the S8, means no washed out colors from the handset. In low light, the S8 is gonna have an advantage here as well, mainly because of two things. One, having a larger sensor size, and number two being the OIS. And here the difference can be easily noticeable because OIS helps in low light so much. But this is it for the S8. While on the A50, the secondary sensor is gonna be an ultra-wide, having 120 degrees of field of view, which on the S8 is gonna be maximum of 77 degrees. But this sensor is only 8 megapixels in resolution, means high detail is gonna be missing, and this sensor performs very bad in low light. The third sensor is the depth sensor on the A50 for portraits, while we can also take portraits on the S8, but the object separation is gonna be good on the A50. The maximum video recording resolution is gonna be 1080p at 30 on the A50 versus 4K at 30 on the S8, and we can also shoot 1080p at 60 fps on the handset. Stabilization is gonna be there on the S8 no matter the resolution because it's optical, versus software based stabilization is gonna be there on the A50. Slow motion recording will be at 240 fps in 720p resolution on both handsets, while on the S8 we can also shoot 480 fps videos in 720p resolution, but for only 0.4 seconds, means it's gonna be super difficult to use. The front shooter is 25 megapixels again on the A50 versus 8 megapixels on the S8. So more pixels on the A50, but taking selfies is gonna be more easier on the S8 because its selfie shooter is autofocus, so it's always gonna focus on your face, means you're gonna get sharp selfies every time, versus fixed focus on the A50, so sometimes selfies are not gonna turn out as sharp as they should have been. At last for the battery, and the S8 comes with 3000 mAh capacity, while the S8 Plus is coming with 3500 mAh versus the A50 is coming with 4000 mAh capacity. So the backup time is gonna be more on the A50 compared to the S8 or even S8 Plus, and gonna give about 10% more backup than the S8 Plus. And do not buy a used phone because then the battery backup is gonna be even lower because battery performance does not remain the same, it decreases. And at last for the fast charging, the S8 and the S8 Plus are gonna take about 1 hour and 40 minutes to fully recharge, versus the A50 is gonna take about 1 hour and 50 minutes to do the same. So this is it for this video guys. Let me know what do you guys think about both handsets, and if you found this video interesting then be sure to like it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.